question. If you were walking around and some creature stumbled out of the forest, like say, a Yeti, and they wanted to know all about humans, what would you tell them? What do you think they'd ask? Good thing I have a book about it. This is called If You Met a Yeti, and I'd really like to read it to you. You all set? Okay. If you met a Yeti while playing in the snow, and they asked you about human beings, what would they need to know? Would you scratch your head and tell them humans are a set of parts, including arms and legs and hands and feet and eyes and smiles and hearts? Each human has a body. We come in different shapes and sizes. So many different shades and hues, these varieties surprise us. Our bodies help us learn about the wacky world we live in. Bodies move and grow, expand, explore the spaces that we're given. If you met a Yeti while bopping to the beat, and they asked about the language of the humans they might meet, would you tell them that most humans, whether they are girls or boys, like to read and write and move their hands and make a lot of noise? Our human sounds and human words are not just funny squawking. They are how we share and laugh with others who are talking. And if you wander somewhere else to places far away, you will learn some different words that folks are keen to say. If you met a Yeti while waiting for the bus, and they asked you what it means to say that someone's one of us, would you kindly introduce them to the person by your side and explain that friends and family can fill us up with pride? A human by itself is fine, but most times it would seem we like to be a group, a bunch, a posse, or a team. And with our peeps, we build a home, a village, or a town. So when we need somebody, we know others are around. If you met a Yeti while paddling in the lake, and they asked about the many things that humans like to make, would you write a list of all the stuff with which we like to tinker? The stuff we build, create, invent that comes from minds of thinkers. We make gadgets, gizmos, structures, things that help us move around, something simply nice to look at, things that make amazing sounds. We invent so many new things, it's enough to make you dizzy. Yes, our human minds and human hands seem happiest when they're busy. If you met a Yeti while picking out a snack, and they asked you what our minds are like, how would you answer back? Would you try to paint a picture of what lives inside our heads? What we think about when wide awake or dreaming in our beds? Oh, the things we can imagine, new ideas by the ton. Humans think of things that aren't yet real, that haven't yet begun. We imagine things we'd like to see, new things we aim to seek. Imagining is how we find the ways we are unique. If you met a Yeti while waiting for the bell, and they asked you why it is we think that learning is so swell, would you tell them that we're keen to teach each other how to do things, how we like to spread ideas and thoughts, and think each other through things? We teach and learn when we are young in something called a school, but it can happen anywhere. We need to share what's cool. We learn from friends, from doing work, from fathers and from mothers, and while teaching things to someone else, it's us that we discover. If you met a Yeti watching clouds float through the sky, and they wondered at how human beings are always asking why, would you tell them that the lot of us, with almost no exceptions, spend our mornings, noons, and evenings asking many kinds of questions? We want to know what's right and wrong, how some things work or don't. Why this means that, not something else. How will turns into won't. We wonder why the sky is blue and why a frog is green. And like our Yeti friends, we ask, what makes a human being? So if you meet a Yeti or any other curious creature, when you finish telling them your thoughts, why not make them the teacher? Maybe ask about their Yeti life, the places that they've been. What makes a Yeti different from the humans that they've seen? Your Yeti might explain to you, as Yetis often do, that when you learn about someone else, you also learn about you. All right. So if you enjoyed this book, there's descriptions, or there's some links in the descriptions below. And there's a printable Yeti mask, so you can make your own Yeti mask at home and you can pretend to talk to a Yeti. And we also have a really cool lesson plan with some fun activities in it. So thank you for listening, and goodbye from the Yeti.